beautiful. It's spectacular. So it'll be exciting to get a little bit higher and see how much snow's up there, and get up out of the valleys a little bit, up onto the ridges.
I'm excited to just see the landscape. I've always wanted to come to the Himalayas, so the moment I see snow and put my foot on it, I'm going to be like, yay!
There will be a lot of climbing for sure, and I'm not sure we are looking forward to it, but we still have to do it. But of course, when you get to the tops, you get the best views, and hope to see some temples and local culture, and of course people.
Beautiful. It's amazing. Just everything's so steep. Particularly the isolated places where you just feel like there's nothing but you in that beauty. That's what you're longing for.
Alright, so the teams have just arrived to Manali, and the race starts day after. Right now everybody's just checking in, taking in the views. I think everybody's excited to be in the Himalayas for the first time. I can't wait to see them like in full-on action over the next couple of days.
You see, at this point in time, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Neither did I know what adventure racing was all about, nor did I expect it to be any different from any other racing event. But little did I know that the next couple of days were going to change the way I look at people, places, and deep down inside somewhere, my own self. At first glance, they all seemed like ordinary people. Some were bankers, others lawyers, teachers, and so on. But looking back at this whole experience, I realized that I was amongst some of the strongest minds in the world with endurance levels I had never witnessed before. Over the next few days, these guys are going to embark on a race unlike any other. What I mean is 450 kilometers of grueling hiking, cycling, river rafting, navigating, and all of this non-stop, day or night, with almost no sleep, all the way from Manali to Shimla, through beautiful villages, forests and rivers, unheard even to the locals. I mean, you have to be a certified crazy to complete this course.
Alright guys, good morning. Coming to you from the start point of the race. It is day 1 over here of the Adventure Racing World Series. 26 teams, all different countries. I'm really excited. I hope you guys are excited to watch this. And yeah, today's leg is going to be 60 kilometers of cycling, downhill mostly. Yeah, as much as it is a race for the participants, it is also a race for us, because we are going to be chasing them non-stop. And it is literally no shit, no shower, only full power. These guys are so fast because it's all the way downhill that even though I'm in a car, you know, I have to chase them down. But the thing is, there was so much traffic in Manali that we missed half. So the front lot, they've already moved ahead or not. Which team is this?
Sucked the chain in, bent the derailleur, we broke the chain, rebuilt it. Now we're back on, but we have to ride it differently than a normal bike. So we're done. That's as far as we can take this.
Right, but I'm not sure how fast she has to pedal is the problem.
Well, she's got to figure it out.
Yeah.
We can't just guess.
Well, okay, you have to wait for a while. So let the green signal come and then we will go. Woo!
Alright guys, so here we are. Leg 1 is over. Leg 2 is rafting, okay, which starts right over there. I'm just gonna be on this side of the river now for the next maybe 20 kilometers and try and get a bird's eye view of these rafts going down.
quickly.
Did you get good rapids?
Yeah, well, it's pretty good. Pretty fresh too, but fun. Yeah.
And the navigation on the cycle leg?
It was okay. Yeah, a lot of traffic beginning, so pretty scary, but we did good.
These guys, the French teams, they are leading right now, and they're lucky to get daylight, and they're going to start their climb towards Prussia and reach probably late night. I don't know what time, but the rest of the teams, they'll have to start climbing like in darkness probably. Depends on when they reach over here.
We had one person flip out and swim like a little frog. We managed to grab him with the help of the guide. So our guide was very good from Nepal.
What you're seeing is a transition point, which in itself is a race. At every such point, teams get a new set of maps for the upcoming leg, which in this case is a 40-kilometer uphill trek through the night.
Today, but now we're gonna go for a big trek, so trying to find our way out with good navigation. And after, we'll see on the morning.
The other interesting thing about this race is that there is no food provided at any point. The racers only get some hot and cold water. So food intake, changing clothes, packing properly for the upcoming legs, while at the same time navigating with only one compass and a map at hand, I mean, this requires some major time management.
Day 2, early morning, 4:30, and we are here at the iconic Hanogi Bridge. Luckily we got some good sleep last night while the racers were climbing all the way up to Prussia Lake and climbing down throughout the night through the forest just with head torches.
In these big mountains, to navigate is just, I don't know, it's inhuman.
We've been going up and down, straight up and down these mountains.
Elevation gain has been a bit crazy, right?
Oh yeah, it's insane.
And the temperatures last night, how were the temperatures?
Pretty good actually. I mean, I was in this most of the night. I put my puppy on a little bit later, but
they've been blasting right through the night. They're just concerned about the landslides and the rock falls.
Fun country to have an adventure.
Right?
So easy.
It's an adventure even
just
for
hosted.
the race directors.
It's been 24 hours and they have been non-stop, no rest, climbing up the mountain, down the mountain, navigating on the maps. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it.
Hello. Thank you.
So the Estonian team that you see right behind me over there, and the two French teams that are up ahead. Some of these guys are some of the best endurance racers in the world. I'm not kidding. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It's just been a little over 24 hours and they're already halfway through the race. That's crazy. Today's going to be an exciting cycling day.
The next leg of the race was a 120 kilometers cycling leg, of which almost half the distance was all uphill. By this time, I was convinced that these guys weren't your average human beings. I mean, after 24 hours of cycling, paddling, and not to mention the all-night grueling hike to Prussia Lake and back, would ideally result in a well-deserved nap. But no, not these guys. You see, these guys are the very definition of what a human body and mind are capable of.
Good morning guys, day 3 of the race. So our job yesterday was to chase down the leading French team on that big 120 cycling leg. Now, you know, these mountain passes and the internet's not really good. Sometimes we can track them, sometimes it doesn't update, and we thought they were way ahead of us, and we were on top of this mountain pass just taking a few shots and thought we've lost them, when all of a sudden,
Yeah! Woo!
amazing.
Awesome.
Amazing?
Yeah. It's too amazing.
I hope rafting is ready. I hope. The big road?
Big road.
Yes?
Main road.
The big road. C'est bon, the big road. Kudigad.
Yes.
And then we chased them down the mountain and thought, this is great, now we are neck and neck, I can get beautiful shots of them, you know, keep going ahead of them. But little did I realize, man, they were so fast on their cycles, and eventually we hit a roadblock and they just crossed us and reached the next transition point, which is a 44-kilometer rafting leg, which brings you to this destination, which is the famous Tattapani. There's a rule in the race, which is basically you cannot be in the water post 6 o'clock, and that's what exactly happened with the French team. They got into the water and midway through it was 6 o'clock and they had to basically beach themselves and just camp there the night. They can only start rafting again at 6 a.m. in the morning when the lights are nice and bright.
How is the dark zone for you?
Very cold, but we find a beach and we
made a fire camp.
We make fire. So it's a night original.
Next leg, try to be very concentrate on the orienteering. Don't make any mistakes. We have a small gap, and so we try to keep it. So move quickly and without any mistakes. But the maps are so hard, it's always difficult.
In the rush of trying to finish the race, are you getting time to look around and enjoy?
Yeah, it's part of the race, especially on the raft. We have time this morning to enjoy the landscape and the view. It's just difficult at night because you don't see much. But yes, when we can, we take time to look around. Of course, we are here for that first, and then the race.
Okay, so we've got our second team in now. Out there, Raid Adventure Team 1. They're looking quite good on the pedal. Quite tough on this last section with the flat water, so they had to work hard. But as you can see behind me, they're just busy getting changed. They're looking strong. And then it's a nice hike in the mountains. So.
Alright guys, I am very proud to announce team number 3, Nepal, and just following after them, team number 4, Manali. Can you beat that? Alright guys, so we have a lot of teams arriving now. Spanish team, the New Zealand team back there, the Estonian team.
Beautiful river and very not much pollution, which was good. Really good rapids. No, there are a lot of rocks, big rocks, so we have to carry the raft and the rocks like this. Yeah. Because the rapid is too dangerous.
Over 48 hours into the race, and with 2 more legs to go, you could now finally see some serious fatigue kicking in. The next leg would probably be one of the hardest for these racers, as they needed to plan and push themselves through a 15-hour vertical climb into the night up to the village of Mathiana.
Alright guys, so here we are at the last checkpoint, the last transition point. Behind me, the French team, who are in the lead, have reached Mathiana now. Are you feeling cold? No.
Very cold.
Very cold, huh?
At the summit, very cold.
Oh,
windy, snow.
And trust me, it is cold over here. But what makes cold even worse is rain. And yes, while these guys were climbing up, it was raining cats and dogs. They've made it over here in 10 hours. This trek was supposed to be a 15-hour trek. These guys are machines just running through. So now they're just eating, grabbing food, whatever they can, just getting into their cycling gear, and now they have a 60 odd kilometers last leg of the race. I mean, you have to give it to them when it comes to endurance, to to just mental stamina, physical stamina, navigation skills, teamwork. There are so many things that go into this. So the last leg of the race now, 60 kilometers cycling. I think they're going to finish tonight. It's 9:30 right now. The rest of the teams, I think they're going to reach only early morning. Yeah. Alright guys, good morning. Day 4 of the race, and we are in the beautiful town of Matiana. So the third team has arrived right now over here, the Spanish team, and team number 2 was another French team which reached late night over here at about 3, and we couldn't catch them at that point. So our job today is to follow the Spanish team all the way on their last leg, which is a 60-kilometer cycle, straight to the finish line.
First, the body. When the body is down, the head. And now, it's the heart. Because my head say, stop, stop, stop. It's not necessary. Stop.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
By this point in time, the teams had been racing for 4 days straight and were now tapping into their last reserves of their mental perseverance and physical strength to get to their final destination, the finish line.
We're in Shimla, India, with the winners, and the first over the finish line, Team Kinetic, Expedition India 2019 winners.
So many years trying to reach the podium, and finally we can do it. The first time.
Just imagine. Wonderful. Just to be in a race here, pretty crazy, but to put one on, very impressive. Next level. You guys, well done.
When we do a race like this, and it's so demanding with so many challenges to put it together and so many things that happen behind the scenes, it's just a very demanding sport to be involved. But when things are tough and when things are difficult, you sort of truly see who you are, and you sort of get a better person every time. And it's the same for the athletes. They go through these ups and downs, and when you're in your lows down, you have to, nobody can come and rescue you. You have to get to the finishing line. And then when they come over the finishing line, and it's just tears of joy and a satisfaction and of achievement, I think every time when I see that, it just inspires me to do it again.
Look, India, I think India is definitely so unique. You got this landscape with these mountains and these rivers, and then with that you get this amazing people and interaction with the local people. I don't think I think India doesn't even know what they have for adventure tourism. So yeah, it's amazing, India. I think that's the future for adventure sports. We just have to make a few changes.